Oh yeah. All right, what's up guys? Dr. M3 here in the Performante. What an awesome day to be driving this car. It's just so much fun. And as you know, I have driven this car quite a bit. Currently, we're at 16,400 miles, which has been an amazing ride in the 2.5 years of ownership. It's kind of crazy to say that. If you've not seen the delivery video of this car, you just have to go back and check it out. It's just such an incredible experience, especially this color. But I've got asked multiple times, what does it cost to maintain a car like this, right? And so that's what I'm going to answer for you today in this video. But before I do that, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. I'm telling you, YouTube is not getting my videos out to you guys. And if you want to see me keep doing these, I'm going to ask you to kind of help us do that by hitting the subscribe button. All right, so all right, so again, I've been asked many times, what's the cost of running and maintaining a car like this, the Huracan Performante? 640 horsepower, V10 engine, and especially since I don't believe in garage queens, I actually drive my car. So that's what I'm going to address in today's video. And I think the way to think about this is, one, if you're super cost conscious, then maybe a supercar isn't for you. If you're really price sensitive about this stuff, honestly, you have to ask yourself the question, is this car the right car for me? Or should I get something less expensive and something that requires less in terms of maintenance? I'm going to give the car ahead of us an opportunity to kind of move ahead quite a bit here. So while we're sitting here and waiting for a little bit of space to open up, I would say that you have to think about owning a supercar. I would say you have to think about owning a supercar. What exactly is your rationale? Do you want it because you have a passion for driving and you kind of want something that's a lot of fun to drive and allows you to really sort of experience the thrill of driving? Or are you just trying to, impress somebody or so on? I buy my cars because I love them. I have a passion for these things, and in fact, I want to drive and experience them all the time. But the more you drive these cars, the more you have to maintain them. So there are running costs associated with owning a Lamborghini. And so the Performante is kind of an interesting car. Oh, so good. And here is why. One, you have this crazy ALA system. You've got tuned suspension and everything else. And whoa, look at this. And we caught up with that car ahead of us. And so, yeah, it's kind of a crazy car to be in. And it gives you miles per gallon, so you don't worry about cost. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what it's cost me to maintain this car, not in terms of fuel and all that sort of stuff, but the annual costs for running a car like this. Now I'm going to break it into two parts. The first part, I'm going to say are sort of like annual routine maintenance cost, okay? And then I'll tell you the things that I've had to pay for over the last 2.5 years. So let's start at the top, because there are certain things that you have to do. I'm actually going to post up. Wow, that woman almost got hit. I'm going to post up the service recommendations from Lamborghini, and you'll see them here, actually right over here. And what you can see from that is they recommend for the first year at about 9,000 miles, or at least once a year, that you change the fluids on this car. And so really the fluids, specifically oil and the brake fluid. So this is a 5.2 liter V10. So I'm going to do the math. I'm going to total this up for you to let you know what the parts were for the annual maintenance. You should expect that you're going to have to pay for this this amount pretty much every year. Whoa, these roads are so awesome. Oof, I'm telling you, it is just such a dream to drive. Sometimes I'm certainly not playing music because I have the music behind me. I'm just silent and I just listen to this car just go, because it's just, oh, these roads. Car just turns in. I have the ALA system running here so you can actually see it actively going. It's just so incredible. Okay, so let's start with the fluids that are required every year. Oh my God. Okay, so the oil you can do at 9,000 miles or at least once a year. So I always change it every year because I drive the car so much, even if I don't cover 9,000 miles. So the cost per liter is $13.99, and my last service had 9 of these liters, 9 of these bottles that were used. Oh my gosh, so good. There's also an oil filter and gasket that was about $50, so that needs to be changed. The car is approaching 18,000 miles, 16,000 miles, but at 18,000 miles, you're supposed to change the spark plugs. And the spark plug change on this car was $33.70 per spark plug. There are 10 of them because it's a V10. And we also had to replace the air filter at this time, and that was $309. Can you say Lambo tax? Yeah, Lambo tax. And so those are the things that you should expect on a yearly basis. So when you add it all up, it's about $1,100 in terms of parts. Depending on your Lamborghini dealership and so on, it may be, you know, about the same in terms of labor. So about $2,200 per year to service this car, which is actually not bad. If you look at the old Ferraris before the F430, it was pretty expensive. It was about $3,000 to $4,000 a year every third year. On the car like the Challenge Stradale, you actually had to drop the engine to change the belt, and that was like a $7,000 bit. So every 3 years you were paying close to $10,000 if everything went well on the Ferrari. It's about the same for the Aventador, a little bit more expensive because there's obviously a little bit more oil that you have on the Aventador. So you can figure anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 per year in terms of routine maintenance. Now, a couple of things has happened on this car. You saw it, if you didn't see the last video, I had the frunk, the actuator mechanism failed. That was replaced under warranty, so happily I didn't have to pay for that. And there are some things going on in the taillights. Inside the taillights, specs, I'm not really sure what it was. It wasn't water, it wasn't moisture or anything like that. It was just sort of a weird thing, and it happened on both sides. The right was worse than the left, and so Lamborghini took care of that under warranty. So overall, my experience in the Performante is honestly not too dissimilar from my experience in the Red Storm or the Superstorm. So the Huracan Coupe or the Huracan Spider, they're just about been the same. They've been remarkably reliable. I've had more miles on this car than I've had on those two cars, actually on all three Aventadors combined, on three Lamborghinis combined. So the two Huracans and the Anniversario, I've had more miles on this car than those cars combined. Crazy, right? Nonetheless, I drive my cars, and that's what brings me, pleasure and happiness. And so I figured I'd do this video to kind of give you guys a sense. So again, tallying it all up, it's about $1,200 in parts this year. Figure another $1,200 in labor, and it's $2,200 overall for servicing the car this year. And that's kind of reasonable. That's what you should expect from a 5.2 liter exotic raging Italian bull. Well guys, if you like this video, again, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and also hit the notification button so you get notified every time I load a video. And be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I now have TikTok. Some stupid, crazy stuff over there, and you can see live what's going on. So go check it out. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you again in the next video. The awesome roads are now behind me. It's all highway, so peace.